everyone, how's it going? In case you're just joining us, hi, my name is Atousa, I'm a third-year medical student and I'm making a video every day in the month of November. Now, in my last video, I spoke to you guys about how to go about trying to find work experience, especially virtual work experience because of the current times that we're in. And at the end of that video, I mentioned that it's really key and really important that when you reach out to potential doctors or healthcare professionals or supervisors, that you construct an email in a way that is proactive but also polite. And I think this is a really important point that can sometimes be forgotten about, because when you may be sending out lots of emails to lots of different people, a well-meaning email could get lost simply because of the way that it is written, when in fact it could be slightly altered or slightly improved to give you a better chance of getting a reply. And I'm sharing this video today because of a specific question that I got from one of you guys on Instagram. So this is a question from Neha and I'm going to read out a part of what she asked. So Neha asked, your videos on how to apply and choose a master's has really helped me, and I was wondering if you could make a part 2 on how to email supervisors. For example, what to put in the email and when you should try to reach out to them. And actually, she asks 2 questions in her message. The second question was about how to make yourself stand out when you didn't do a work placement, because she said that this is a worry of hers. Now I'm going to make a separate video on the second question, but for today I hope to just address a couple of points, share a couple of things that I've learned and have helped me, and hopefully they will help you in reaching out to the supervisors that you're hoping to email. So I suppose to begin with, I don't think that there are necessarily right or wrong ways to send an email or to try and get in touch with people. However, I do think that there are certain things that could make things better. So firstly, I'm going to share with you some suggestions and ideas on how you can get in touch with people if you're looking for work experience. And then near the end of the video, I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the suggestions I have for how to construct emails if you are hoping to find job opportunities. But obviously in both cases there will be a little bit of an overlap. Alright, so let's get into it. I'll get the very basic ones out of the way first. When you are sending an email to somebody, try and make sure that the title that you have given is correct. And I don't mean the title of the email, I mean when you are addressing somebody, for example Mr. Smith, are they a Mr.? Are they a doctor? Are they a professor? If you are sending an email to a female, if you don't know if they are a Miss, as in unmarried, or Mrs., married, try and go for MS, Ms. It seems really simple, but I know that for some people it can matter that they get called the correct prefix. Then opening up the email, a lot of people like to start with Dear Dr. Smith or Hi Mr. Smith. Something that I personally like to do, because I think it adds a more of a pleasant and friendly tone I suppose, is to start the email with Good afternoon Dr. Smith or Good morning Dr. Smith. I think this can come down to personal preference, and some people may not feel comfortable saying good morning or good afternoon, especially if it's not somebody that you have met. But it's just a personal touch that I like to add, and I think it just gives it a nicer tone if you like. The third important point that I would say is that try and avoid jumping straight into the email with Hi Dr. Smith, I want work experience. I think the best way to construct emails is to almost think about them like you're having a face-to-face conversation. You wouldn't just walk up to somebody you've just met and go, Hi, can I have this? And similarly, when it comes to writing an email, start simply by just introducing yourself and your intention for getting in touch. To give you an example, if I were to write an email, I would simply start with Good afternoon Dr. Smith, my name is Atousa, I'm a third-year medical student from Birmingham University. And it can literally be as simple as that. I know it can be quite tempting to try and introduce yourself in a way that gives you the best impression. For example, it might be tempting to say, Hi Dr. Smith, my name is Atousa Kiabani, I'm a third-year medical student, I'm also a YouTuber, I have also got work experience in this, and this, and I'm a graduate, and I've done a master's in this thing. The issue with that can be that sometimes the people reading these emails will be very busy and they may find it intimidating to see a big wall of text. So the simpler that you can make it, the shorter that you can make it, the better. Save those words for the actual main body of the email. Keep the intro short. Then once you have introduced yourself, the next point to bring up is the intention for the email. I would avoid avoid jumping straight into what you want from the person. For example, instead of saying, "Hi Dr. Smith, my name is Atousa, do you have any work experience?" Instead, introduce yourself and then state the intention by saying something like, "I am contacting you because I'm hoping to find work experience and I was wondering if you could offer me some guidance." So this isn't directly asking, but it is showing that you're interested. It is showing that you're interested in receiving help or receiving guidance. And that leaves things open for the person reading. Because if you ask something like, "Do you have any work experience?" in their mind, they could just think no. And they could either ignore the email or just reply with simply, "No, I don't." But if you word your email in a sense where you are just asking for general help and you're asking for guidance, then it may be more likely that that person will take the time out to at least help point you in the right direction, even if they themselves might not have something that you're looking for. Now, I do think that if you were to leave the email there by just asking for guidance, it may still come across a bit vague. So I would say that in the next sentence, you can start to get a little bit more specific. For example, you could say, "I was wondering if you had any projects that I could get involved with, or if you know of anybody who may be able to guide me further." Or I suppose insert whatever question that you're looking for. So you could say, "I was wondering if you would have 15 minutes for a phone conversation, or if you know anybody who would be able to have that conversation with me to be able to guide me further." Now this leaves the door open for them to refer you, as I said, because generally I think people do want to help and people do want to support students. However, they're more likely to do it if they think that the cost of doing that is low. And what I mean by that is sometimes if you ask for something that can be too large, then it's very tempting for the person reading the email to go, "I'm already very busy, I already have a lot to deal with, I don't think I can take this on at the moment." But something as simple as just asking for guidance or asking to be referred, that's something that is a lot more doable. And to finish off, I would always say, "I appreciate that you might be busy right now," or "I appreciate that you must have a lot going on right now, but I would be incredibly grateful if you could get back to me," or "I would be incredibly grateful to hear back from you." I think it is really important to acknowledge and appreciate the fact that some of these individuals do have a lot going on and that offering projects to students may not necessarily be their main priority. So acknowledging that can go a long way. Overall, I would say try and keep your email, especially the initial email that you send to someone, as short and as snappy as possible. I know, as I said at the beginning, it can be quite tempting to want to tell them everything about you and also almost like sell yourself. But if you do want to try and give a bit more information, I think it might be a good idea to leave at the end of the email, "If you would like any further information, I have attached my CV to this email." Or you could say, "If you are interested, I would be happy to send you more information." Then that is giving the person on the other side an opportunity to respond. Now, focusing a little bit more on if you are emailing somebody in terms of a job opportunity, the pieces of information that I have to share sort of differ depending on which angle you're coming at this from. For example, let's say that there is a vacancy online for a job that you want to apply to, and there is a contact detail or a contact email for the person who's offering the role. This is the advice that I give to lots of students and just lots of people in general. Even if you have already applied for a job and sent off your application, I would say to contact that email anyway, just to show interest and perhaps ask a couple of questions. You'd be surprised how important this can be, because if they are receiving lots and lots of applications, the fact that you have taken the initiative, even after you've sent your application, to just say, "Hi, my name is Atousa, I have applied to this role and it is something that I'm very interested in. I was hoping if I could ask you a couple of extra questions." Just something as simple as that will show them that you're taking initiative and that you want to find out more, you want to get more information. And also the fact that you have sent this email will make your name stand out in the back of their mind when they're going through the applications. And it's easy for them to think, "Ah, this is the person who took the extra time to ask me a couple of questions, so they seem to be even more interested in this role." Then the second perspective that you could take when considering sending emails relating to jobs is if you are getting in touch with people and asking if certain jobs are available or not. So similarly to what I mentioned above, I would say start with a good introduction, introduce who you are, state your intent for the email, and ask, do you have any job roles or do you have any positions as researcher, technician, whatever available right now? Or are you aware of any other opportunities that I can follow up? Now this is where I would say things differ a little bit compared to when you're asking for work experience. When you are looking for a job or you're asking if jobs are available, I think it's acceptable here to say a couple of sentences, and when I say a couple of sentences, I literally mean just a couple of sentences on what you have to offer in terms of credentials and experience. So you can say something like, I have just completed my master's in translational cancer research from KCL, and I have a years of work experience in this lab. I can see that your lab is working on this project, and it's something that I would be really interested in. Do you have any positions available, or can you refer me to somebody who may? And then again, you can end the email with, if you are interested, I would be more than happy to send across a CV, or I would be more than happy to send some more information. And then going back to what I said earlier about mentioning that you appreciate how busy they are and that you look forward to hearing from them. And then last but not least, in both the cases, I would try and send off the email, or sign off the email, sorry, with a polite sign off. So I typically tend to go for kind regards, but some other things that you can go for are best wishes, yours sincerely, or just a simple thank you. But this is obviously personality and preference dependent, so pick whichever one you think suits you. So I hope you found this informative, and if I have missed anything and if you guys have any more information to share on the topic, then please leave them below. And as I said, I'm making a video every day in the month of November, so if you have any other questions or any video suggestions, then share them with me below as well, and I will try and get back to them. I hope you're having a good day, and I will see you tomorrow.